Will European market shelves soon be empty of Moroccan tomatoes and melons? This question arises against the backdrop of the controversy sparked by the recent decision of the European Court of Justice, which ruled the invalidity of two trade agreements between Rabat and Brussels, related to fishing and agriculture, signed in 2019. The decision also demands clarification of the origin of agricultural products supplied to Europe, i.e., Western Sahara in this case. So what is the story, and what are the reasons for the decision of the highest European judicial body? The court's decision says that the European Commission, the executive arm of the Union, violated the right of the people of Western Sahara to self-determination. The two agreements did not consult the people of the Sahara, and their existence is subject to their approval. The decision justifies the need to clarify the origin of goods imported from there by preventing misleading consumers. Morocco's position came in rejection of the court's decision, which may make its implementation on the ground unlikely, as Rabat considered the court's decision to be blatant political bias and called on the European Council, the Commission, and the member states to take the necessary measures to respect their international obligations and preserve the gains of the partnership. How will the decision affect the relationship between Rabat and Brussels? Although Morocco's fish revenues in this region exceed 52 million euros annually, Morocco did not deal with it as an economic decision, but rather as a factor that would undermine its confidence in the European institution. Observers therefore rule out that the decision will contribute to changing the European bloc's position on the Sahara issue and coming out with a unified position on this matter, and the decision may push both Morocco and certain European countries to conclude bilateral agreements to absorb its repercussions on the economic aspect at least. So what is the reaction of the EU countries benefiting from these two agreements? In terms of the agricultural sector, observers believe that its consequences will be positive for local economies. In terms of the marine fishing sector, Morocco will incur annual losses estimated at 30 million euros that it receives from the European Union in exchange for licensing it to benefit from fisheries off Western Sahara. In return, certain European countries, most notably Spain, will be harmed by depriving their ships of continuing to fish in that region. Spain witnessed massive protests by fishermen at the end of 2011 after the European Parliament refused to ratify the extension of the fishing agreement with Morocco. This resulted in the loss of about 6,000 jobs in Spain, according to Moroccan newspapers. Will the economic relationship between Rabat and Brussels remain hostage to the European consensus? Or will the dispute over the position on the Sahara increase the division of Europe and push countries like Spain to leave the European cloak with bilateral agreements? And will this push Morocco to look for international partners far from Europe, such as China, Japan, or Russia?